Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your funny little host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Coming to you live from sunny Colorado here early in the morning, 7 a.m., excuse me, on a lovely Saturday morning, August 16th. Today's episode, World Liberty Financial and XRP. What's going on with that? This episode is dedicated to Jake, who, I apologize, Jake, yesterday in the comments, we missed you, and it wasn't until I closed out because, guys, I check all the comments, so you know, and I answer back to all the comments. So Jake said, hey, you're ignoring me in the comments, guy, and I didn't mean to, but I was. I realized after I went back, and Jake asked some questions, and so Jake wanted to know about World Liberty Financial. So guess what, Jake? This one's for you, and I will do that if you guys like, because that's how we are here. We're here for you. Without you, we're nothing. So here are what we do this morning. Please tap like and subscribe. Thank you, Karina, for coming back in. Welcome back in. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to cover today, obviously, World Liberty Financial and XRP and what that connection means, what it means for crypto. Let's quickly, though, get over to the cryptocurrency market. And let me, of course, make sure that I am coming in nicely over here. Okay, good. And let's go ahead and share screen. Get the cryptocurrency market up. So you've got 3.97 trill for a crypto market right now. 57 for the fear and greed index. We're about 7 points into greed. And we have a Bitcoin coming in at 117,840 for a Bitcoin. Ethereum's in at 4,415, down 4.56% on the day and up 5.24% on the week. XRP is coming in at $3.11, dead flat for the day, or for the day right now, a little bit up on the hour and down 6.22% for the week. We could check out some more. Let's take a look at Hedera hash graph. That is coming in at 24 cents a coin. Uniswap, $10. Monero coming in at 239. I usually don't read these, but I am. Ondo, this morning I will. Ondo coming in just under $1. Caspa, folks love the Caspa. Bless you. I missed the Caspa. That's coming in at 8 cents. I'll tell you full transparency in the channel, I certainly did not miss VeChain. Oh, no, we didn't miss VeChain on this channel. No, we did not. We also did not miss XLM, XRP, XDC, Algo, IOTA, excuse me, a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Solana, or Solana if you're Raoul Powell. Solana. Love you, Raoul Powell. Shout out to Raoul Powell. My man, Raoul Powell. Assuming he's awesome in the world, I think he is. Because I look up to him and he's an awesome financial whiz on this planet. Yes, he is. My man, Raoul Powell. We have 20 cent IOTA. IOTA is the Internet of Things, and that's basically kind of like operating and running things, systems that connect with each other that normally would need the Internet, but now they don't. You might want to check the white paper on IOTA, on the Internet of Things, on all that. Here, hang on. What else do we have this morning? We'll stop there. Don't forget Caleb and Brown. You are one-stop shop for cryptocurrency brokerage, and be very careful, please, because I think if anybody's been through this last cash out, you know, and good morning, guys. You know that your off-ramping your crypto is crucial. Why? Because then we'll be, never financial advice on the show. I'm not a financial advisor. It'll never end up being, you got to contact your investment advisor if you want advice. This is for information educational purposes only, but guys, come on. I mean, I think it's obvious. We saw what happened last time. Got to be careful with the cash out. Otherwise, we're millionaire on paper. Doesn't mean anything. Gregson, welcome in. Aloha from Hawaii. What's up, bro? How you doing? Not today, Club Beastie. Good morning. I love these names. Karina, good morning. Welcome into the chat. We got a few other people in the chat this morning as well. Welcome in. And guys, here's the deal with Caleb and Brown. If you guys, please tap our affiliate link down below. Full transparency, that does help us. We're affiliated with Caleb Brown, and we are here to help them, and they are here to help us. By the way, we have a live interview coming up this Monday with Jim Bizzani from Caleb and Brown. Please check that out. That's coming on 5:30 p.m. Colorado time, Mountain Time, this coming Monday night. So please check us live, crucial. By the way, Caleb and Brown, real quick, what we're going to do is essentially on that talk, that live with Jim, is we're going to discuss the differences between Caleb and Brown and a regular exchange, like a Coinbase or something like that. Excuse me, which has limits and, sell limits for per day, daily limits that you can, withdrawal limits that you can only take off, like upholds 50K a day. Coinbase, you can take out 100K a day. If you have a pro account, you can take out $250,000 a day from Coinbase. You want to be checking. By the way, if you're doing all these things, by the way, Caleb, you can pull out $3 million a day in one transaction. You got to check with your bank first. And I highly suggest, not financial advice, but for education concerning crypto, before we go on here, please go ahead when it comes to off-ramping your crypto this next bull run. Be careful that you have everything set in place and that you're familiar with your cold wallets. And if that's what you're doing and you're familiar with whatever exchange you're going to be off-ramping, Caleb has Fireblocks. Caleb Brown has Fireblocks custody, which is institutional grade custody to hold your crypto, so it is absolutely safe. They don't pull that thing that bad guy pulled that time, that bad guy. Remember that bad guy? SBF. Remember that guy with the whole FTX thing, how that all crashed and he was using people's money on the side and betting with it. And he's like, "Why? Don't worry, I'll make them more money." Yeah. So anyway, no, they don't do that. They back your funds 1-to-1, and you can see that backing, that they're not playing games with your funds that are in there. They're open 24/7. You actually have your own crypto broker that you deal with and you talk to on the telephone and actually email with. So my wife and I have been using them for almost a couple of years now. Absolutely thrilled with Caleb and Brown. Much more, they scour 14 liquidity providers when it comes time to cash out because they're a brokerage and they're not an exchange. And by the way, exchanges aren't doing anything wrong. They've explained everything that they're doing. We've all signed up for it on these different exchanges like Coinbase and Uphold. And when some of my things on Uphold that I still have on there, full transparency, when some of those coins go past, 300K or 400K, and I'm sitting there going, darn it, I really wish I could take this money out right now. But I can't because I'm limited on Uphold. And so then, later, the next day comes and it's not at those heights anymore, right? That stuff. And now it's like, a pittance maybe. All right, so not cool, but we all agreed to it, and that's how those exchanges work. But Caleb doesn't. When your money runs, or my money runs, not financial advice, on Caleb, you can grab the money that's on there, and you can set your sell orders too, by the way. So now you're having an ice cream cone down at the ice cream parlor, and the crap's running. Remember, we can't swear on the channel, so it sounds very dumb, but crap's running, and, you don't have to worry about it. You're enjoying your ice cream cone, and you're not now just a millionaire, multimillionaire on paper. You now have done it. Or I have done it, or anybody. Because we got on Caleb and we set up ahead of time. By the way, you want to go and talk to your bank manager as well, which I've already done. My bank, and you want to set a Neuralink, or I say a Neuralink, but essentially a handshake, a neural handshake, or what we can call a messaging handshake between Caleb and Brown and your bank, and send a larger test transaction of a K or 2K or something. And then that way, because it's a wire transfer, and essentially that's how it comes in. And essentially then, the bank understands what's going on with receiving money from Caleb. And then before a large transaction is pulled, always contact the bank manager prior, because they'll reject it, very likely. Not financial advice. That's what my bank manager told me. So anyway, and they said, no problem. You got to let me know ahead of time, because that kind of money coming in, we're going to say, no, there's something wrong here. So anyway, moving forward, not financial advice. I'm here to help, and please tap that like and subscribe if you're getting any value out of this show. You got crypto info, blockchain made easy with the tank. Here we are this morning on a sunny Colorado morning. We are going to get to our episode today for Mr. Jake in the comments yesterday. I apologize, Jake, that we ignored you. We got XRP and we're Liberty Financial, Mr. Trump. Now, what we're looking at here, of course, is What? What are we looking at? Somebody tell me. We're looking at fiat leak, and we're looking at XRP cranking. We can kind of look at anyone. We can go to Cardano, ADA, Cardano. We can go to Algo. We can go to some of these other ones here. And if we click it, we will see what is being traded over here in the past minute. Cryptocurrency's fake. Cryptocurrency's just stuff on the internet. It's internet funny money. It's not even real. Why would you? And I heard somebody say, like, why would you put your money into that? You can't do anything with the cryptocurrency. You can't buy anything with it. So why would you put US dollar into crypto and buy crypto with US dollar? It doesn't make sense. Oh, boy. We're getting there, guys. No offense to anybody. People, I was there. I did the same thing when I started. I didn't know. I thought that's what it was. I could have got it at Ethereum at $124 a coin. Yeah, way the heck back, and who knows what I would have gotten, how much I would have purchased. But that's when I had it set up on my computer, and I'm doing this purposely right here with my little tweaker, I'm tweaking out the mouse there, making it large there, because this is how many have been traded in the past minute. XRP, 460, whatever, 8,000, zipping across this planet. This is the MENA, this is Asia Pacific region here, of course. We got the MENA region. Africa, these corridors, these Australia here as well. So these corridors in the United States, these corridors are what we're looking for. This is what's going to happen with on-demand liquidity. These corridors are going to be spanking like this with on-demand liquidity, or ODL, right? Ripples, ODL. So this is for newcomers. I know you guys already know, but there's a lot of newcomers in the comments. Mario, good morning. What's up, my Italian brother? We got some cool, we're a little biased on the channel. We like the Italians. Yeah. You ever see Kicking and Screaming? Freaking hilarious. I got to be careful. I can't swear on the channel. It's tough because I am Italian. And it's tough not to swear, right? Mario, back me up. Here's the thing. Kicking and Screaming, hilarious movie with Will Ferrell. And there's a point where Dickus is like, he's like, put in the Italians. These two Italian kids, soccer players, because we're pretty good soccer players, the Italians. Yeah, yeah. Is that a little biased and broad? Yes, it is, but that's okay. It's my channel. All right, guys, here's the deal. Getting back to business. Let me ask you what you think. All right, let me get to our topic. Boy, I'm a sidetracker from sidetracking heaven. Oh my gosh, can I sidetrack? Let's go ahead and get to today's topic, which is where Liberty Financial, Trumpy baby, Trumpy boy, as I affectionately call him, Trumpy boy. Can I do that? I don't know. I'm live. My handler freaks out. I'm a tiger on a leash, and my handler is like, oh my gosh, he's doing it again. Yeah. A tech guy is kind of like, he's supposed to keep me under control. And when I go on live, he freaks out. And my hilarious thing is like, at least I get him to watch. He does. He comes on and watches because he's got to, because I could do anything. And I'm going to keep this shtick up too. My good sir. By the way, I love you, man. We're not in a weird way. And we're going to have fun shooting later, by the way. You know we are. We're going to be shooting 3 videos for you today. We have our long form videos on this channel. Please check those out. Because here's the deal. We are a teaching channel. We have a monstrous whiteboard that I just, oh, by the way, we received the huge whiteboard on wheels and I have to assemble it. So little knuckleheads coming out as Professor Crypto, Wacko Crypto. And yeah, you're going to have a whiteboard that you actually can see. Because right now, yikes, that's hard to see, isn't it? At least we got better markers. I got the crazy, oh boy. Wait till you guys see what's coming with this whiteboard. I got a whiteboard on wheels coming out. A whiteboard on wheels coming out for you. Holy crap. I'm going to be wheeling that biatch out left and right to show you what's up in the world of crypto. You guys came to the right place. Crypto info, blockchain made easy. I am a knucklehead contractor that 6 years ago learned all about Forex markets, FX markets, right? Foreign exchange markets, trading, in general, never financial advice on the channel, investing, stocks, in general, charts, basic chart reading, a little bit of candle chart reading, not much, just a little. Honestly, I don't know a lot about charts, a little bit. Okay, enough to be dangerous. Enough to know that I'm not going to day trade. Guys, I'm going to give you something that is not financial advice. Here's what I always suggest to myself is do not day trade, please. Because that is going to be a very difficult thing to do well. when people have been doing this for decades in finance and cannot day trade, above that 68% success rate, which is what we're looking for, right? To be successful. As long as you do that, you're making your dough in day trade with day trading. And then folks try to day trade with leverage. Yikes. Talk about losing your shirt. Swing trading, not a big deal. You want to go over a longer time frame, longer time horizon, over some days, weeks kind of thing, and swing trade, that can work. I would never financial advice on their channel. I do not swing trade something like XRP. Not too smart. That's a long-term hold, right? Right. All right. Getting to the program here. I like to sidetrack because that sidetracking helps the newcomers. And guys, you've been here for a while. I'm sorry that stinks for you. Gotta be careful what I say. No potty mouths on the channel. So I gotta be careful. And I will. And I also gotta be myself, though. So you know what, handler? I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta do my thing. All right, World Liberty Financial, a politically connected, I'll just run through some notes here, DeFi and stablecoin venture backed by the Trump family. Don't know if you guys, and Ripple XRP, of course, an established enterprise blockchain. XRP is the enterprise blockchain token, of course, operating in payments and finance. And I do believe that is wrong in my notes because somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but a coin runs on, actually, maybe that's not, it is true. So a coin runs on its own and a token runs on somebody else's coin. I know that's true because we have ERC20 tokens and so forth that, of course, run on Ethereum, and that would be a token. Now, when it runs on your own chain, that's a coin. So like Cardano, that ADA, that would be a coin. So I don't know, wrong, improper notes, all good. Tanker corrects it and teaches at the same time. This guy honestly talking in third person? Yes, I kind of have to do this. Sorry, I don't really do that in real life. I walk up to my wife. I'm like, Tank would like a beer, please. And she's like, get the hell out of here. Kidding. Emphasize that. Well, first of all, World Liberty Financial, and are you guys aware of what just happened to the Trump family, of course, with the banks? And there are a number, we're going to grab an interview for you on it. Here, let's try it real quick because this is part of this. Otherwise, we're not going to know. And I'm supposed to be back to full camera. I'll do it just to tell you I did actually remember now. Hi. All right, now we got to go back. Oh, boy, this guy's crazy. I'm driving my tech guy nuts right now, obviously. Here, let's get to a very quick, let's see, Trump, family, how about debanked? What? They don't like that. You type searches in like that, they want to know your location. Kidding. Watch out now for the algorithm. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay. Not boom, because it's New York Times. What else would you expect? I won't tap Wall Street Journal either, no offense. Yeah, but they pull all that weird stuff where you can't even view what they're doing. How about this? Sorry, I have the hiccups, guys. U.S. lenders weighed reputation rules, not politics, in closing accounts, sources say, the Trump accounts. So, August 7th, decisions by some major U.S. banks to close accounts were based on rules around reputation risk. People familiar with the matter said, pushing back on President Donald Trump's accusation that he has his conservative supporters, that they denied services for political reasons. Yeah. You guys know that happened with JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, saying that he discriminated against them. Now, I'm not going to get into kind of the politics on all that and what all of that is, but just know that this is going on. This has been going on for a while. Here, let's see if we can grab a quick little video or something. See, it's all over. It's not just okay. So Eric, here, let's see this. Okay, so Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, of course, says that Trump didn't have the choice, but embraced. Okay, here, let's check it.
Market minute. U.S. stocks under pressure ahead of the close as investors digest July's producer price index data. Shares of John Deere, those are sinking here. The company reporting third quarter earnings on Thursday, beating analyst estimates on the top and bottom lines, but the machinery treasury company saying it took a 200.
Lamo, I thought they were going to give us the video. Eric Trump talking. But that's okay. We don't need it. Let's get back to here, and let's get back to here, and let's get back to World Liberty Financial and what they are and who they are. But first, I better check the comments because I don't pay attention. And this is difficult. Why? Good morning, Mr. Luke. How are you this morning? And yes, yeah, fun, hilarious movie, dude. Kicking and Screaming is hilarious. Hilarious, funny movie. Cute movie, good movie for the kids. Guys, World Liberty Financial, very interesting to me. This play by Trump. Public Treasury move in August. World Liberty Financial proposed raising $1.5 billion via Nasdaq-listed shell company Alt5 Sigma to build a crypto treasury holding World Liberty Financial tokens, allowing stock investors indirect exposure to World Liberty Financial. Mr. Trump's always making money. Is there really anything wrong with that? I thought this is what our society is about. Oh, not in that position? Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, okay. We all have opinions. Critics warn of a potential blurring of lines between political power, finance, and insider enrichment. And I can go deeper on that with articles, but I am not going to. Now, where does XRP fit into this whole thing? No direct involvement, of course. World Liberty Financial largely avoided XRP in its holdings and operations, instead focusing, of course, as you guys remember, on assets like Ethereum, wrapped Bitcoin, Aave, Chainlink, and some more. I think Solana. Shout out to Rob Powell. Not sure about that, though. Possible reasons: regulatory uncertainty around XRP due to past SEC litigation, choke point 2.0. Thank you. No, thank you. Preference for an on-chain DeFi native assets with broader protocol integration. There's some possible reasons. Meanwhile, XRP, and by the way, could it be true that, and by the way, I would think it is true. And I think since XRP is going to be, in my opinion, what XRP is going to be, what it's going to be, how could Mr. Trump, XRP is going to be something just a little bit different and a little bit more than these coins, these other coins and tokens. And that's why, in my opinion, I don't think he can play ball with it. Now, can he? Now, can someone else purchase for him? A good friend? I don't know. I don't know if that can happen or not. But anyway, summing up, World Liberty and XRP politically intertwined DeFi project is World Liberty Financial with WLFI and USD1 tokens heavily backed by the Trump family using innovative finance structures. So they're jumping into crypto in a pretty large way, the Trump family. Very interesting, but not a lot of connection between the two. Although we're just going to have to see what happens with World Liberty Financial. Who knows? Who knows where that can go? Let's take a peek, though. Let's get back to comments. Lizard King, what's up, dude? Back in. If 18% interest is reasonable for credit cards, 18% is reasonable for XRP. That's what they do to us. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Lizard King. Do you, interesting point. What do you think they're going to lend the if we lend our XRP to banks, large financial institutions, moving forward, if that's possible, what do you think that percentage is going to be? In your opinion, and anybody else's opinion? I wonder this, because some folks are going to sell all their crypto. And from what we've been seeing, and in our opinion, never financial advice on the channel, first of all, might not want to sell all my crypto. Might want to stay tethered to the crypto market and cash out on some of this bull run. Wait until, because I'm going to call it out. Here's what's going to happen. And by the way, Jake, I hope you got your, and there's not a lot on World Liberty Financial, and certainly not a big connection at all with XRP. So there's your thought on that. I ignored you in the comments, and I do apologize yesterday, Mr. Jake, but this episode's for you, and now it's that portion is basically over. So now let's jump into some other things. How about we start with this? How about we start with where you guys think the market is coming up. Let's say EOI. Let's say end of year. Because just a fun little exercise, and we can do some other ones too. I can't wait to get this crazy, monstrous whiteboard together today, because tomorrow's episode is going to be gold. Gold, Jerry. Gold. That was horrible. I usually do better than that. Not cracking open a cold storage wallet until lawyers and bankers are fighting in the streets. That's the marker, says Lizard King. Lizard King's pretty freaking funny. You're pretty funny, dude. I like Lizard. I like all you guys in the channel. I like that we have some pretty cool people who know what the heck they're talking about in the channel. Lay out whatever you need to lay out in the channel, by the way. And sometimes we have folks in the channel who are going to tell me something about something. All right, there's going to be something, a topic that I am not so well versed on, and somebody is in the comments, and then I want to learn from you in the comments. This is a back and forth teaching thing. And I remember Lizard King and a couple of other folks in the comments laying the law down on certain concepts with crypto, and just very intuitive, very insightful. And yes, would you please do that on the channel? And if it's something I'm not aware of and I can learn, yeah, that's cool. I can learn from my community. That's awesome, man. How cool. All right. By the way, what do you think about end of year for our beloved XRP? Let's see. All right, there's just a few. Why don't you go ahead and shout out some prices to me, because I've got an idea of where Jake Claver has a huge wager at $7.50 a coin. By when, though? I know. Jake Claver is pretty cool. What? I like him. Karina says, yeah, that's true. When was that? When did he say by, Karina? Yeah. No worries. Yeah, thanks for commenting, Karina. And when did he say that by? What are Jake Claver's price predictions on XRP?
Based on the available information, Jake Claver has made several comments and predictions regarding XRP. He has stated that a scenario exists where XRP could reach $2,500, but he also says this would require specific global macroeconomic events to take place. In one instance, he commented that short-term predictions for XRP are in the range of 5-8. A social media post from an account affiliated with him, Study with Jake Claver QFS, shows a post with Simpsons predict XRP reaching $100,000 and...
All right, crazy stuff. Now look is it really that crazy if Bitcoin hits 100K or whatever? I know tokenomics are completely different. I get it. But still, think about how much comes onto the ledger and what that does to price. Isn't it every billion raises XRP's price basically at this point in time like 20 cents? And then, of course, we've got thin liquidity going on right now, right? So that's all going to change once market's cranking a little bit longer. And for newcomers, thin liquidity, probably the easiest, quickest way is early batting average. You got one batting average and you hit a home run, you're batting 1,000. You get a strikeout, you're batting 500. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then another, whatever, a home run brings you up, I think, to 750 or whatever it is. But you're averaging in low just a few numbers. So it's very volatile, and every at-bat affects you a lot, like thin liquidity on an early asset class like crypto. And the stock market was this way too, way back hundreds, however, 150, 130 years, however old the stock market is, it suffered from the same thing. So this thin liquidity means not as much money needs to come onto the XRP ledgers everybody's talking about. Not as much activity, not as much XRP needs to be burned. In the end, not as much of a market cap needs to be had by XRP in order for its price to go shooting like a son of a biatch. So that's what some folks don't get about how this whole thing works. It's rather interesting to me, that aspect of it. I need to do we're going to do here, let me take a quick note. We're going to do a tokenomics video because that's going to be crucial now, isn't it? We're going to do a tokenomics video for you. We have 3 other ones for today. So no, we're not doing that. So by the way, how about Project Crypto? Holy crap. Say, hey, how about Trump's 401k executive order allowing private equity and also crypto to come into retirement accounts like 12 trill. Wow. What'd you say? Yeah. So my biggest point with this whole thing is the flipping of the switch. I can't get away from it. I will not stop, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Got to do flip the switch. It's the flip the switch. That's what's going on. There really is a flip the switch. I'm seeing that. I thought it was kind of just, I'm like, guys, you XRP army trying to pump yourselves up just a little bit too much. Calm down with this flip the switch thing, guys. Not really. You might be making this up a little bit, maybe, right? Come on, flipping the switch. And what I came to is, oh my gosh, they're not. Why? Oh boy, see, this is where I need the other whiteboard. The huge whiteboard would give me room to do this. I need some prices on that board up there. I'm going to start jotting them down because nobody wants to tell me. Is Webull safe for crypto? That's an interesting question. I got to answer these comments. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I use some Webull. Got to be careful. I got a letter in the mail that was supposedly from Webull and looked like Webull and said, contact us and blah, 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 blah. So we're even getting paper phishing attempts. Guys, be very careful if you're holding crypto. People are going to try to steal your crypto from here and there from time to time. Be very careful. Please, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you if Webull is safe or not, except for I use them. They seem to be okay for me. I can tell you that. Anyway, Karina, December by end of year. Gotcha. All right, so let's go with that number from Claver because I like Jake Claver. I think he's good. And I think he's sound too, and not being Moonboy, but that's kind of a high price though. $7.50? Wow. I hope you mean $7.50, but that's not even right. Because I'm saying we're going to be for an XRP by end of year. I'm going to say $12. That's a guess. You might not do it by then. None of this happens until the switches get flipped. So basically we know it's a big light switch like this. Oh, yes, this guy with this whiteboard. So all of these, all of those, and there are more, are the flipping of the switch, the catalysts that flip the switch. And we keep doing it, and I'm not going to stop doing it. Because that is what is going to send XRP soaring, is kind of like the flipping of the switch. Basically, I think I'm misspeaking over these last episodes. Let me correct myself. A bunch of switches are already flipped, right? We already have Ripple case over as one of the switches on this massive light switch. Also, what's happening with the 401k executive order that Trump just signed. allowing private equity and crypto assets to come into retirement accounts to the tune of like 12 trill or something, 9 trill, whatever it is. There are a number of, there's more. God, I can't think right. There's more. There's like tons of them. I run over them every episode. I'm having a brain freeze right now. But there's tons of them, and they are the rocket fuel. Project Crypto's another one. They are the rocket fuel. Okay, so Paul Atkins, our man Paul Atkins, basically, I don't know if did he create it? Who created Project Crypto? Somebody tell me. Guys, where are we going with this whole thing? A number of switches, the environment has already been laid and already exists right now, like the Ripple case being over, Trump being so, we got a pro-crypto White House, we've got the 401k, we got Project Crypto, we got 401k executive order, allowing crypto and private equity to come into retirement. I mean, all of these switches, they're already flipped. And so here's the deal. Well, a lot of people don't realize. This is according to David Schwartz. The open permission features are not turned on the ledger yet, so that the institutions can't use ODL yet. Once they turn on, and that's I'm pretty sure what upgrade 2.5.0 had something to do with that. Now, didn't it? I'm not pretty sure. I know it did. Upgrading and getting it ready. So we're ready to, until we flip the switch on the features that allow the banks to actually use the XRP on the XRPL, the ledger, the distributed ledger. That one switch, once that one flips, I'm saying it's not financial advice, my opinion. I'm a contractor, say whatever I want. Who cares if I'm a moon boy? I can say this. Boom, and then it doesn't stop. And then I don't care if we're in a bear market or not. XRP keeps going and going and going. So those who are holding XRP are going, oh my gosh, wow, I actually did it. Actually latched onto something, had the patience years prior, protected, went through a number of sleepless nights, okay? And then in the end, excuse me, at the end of the road, sitting here going, wow, I did it. Not financial advice, meaning free from the rat race. Always chasing the green dollar, are we? Are we not? We are. What do we have in this life? We have time. Who knows how long? We have our attention, right? Everything else kind of resources and things we grab like money, food, blah, blah, blah. We have relationships, of course, right? So anyway, welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy. I know, believe it or not, this channel is actually about crypto, but I am myself. And what I need, Mario says 88, $15 by the end of the year. I'm a horrible comment steward. I need to be a better steward of my comment section. Yes, Paul Atkins, yes. That's Project Crypto, dude, correct? Isn't that the SEC chair now? Paul Atkins, I do believe it is. Thank you, Krita. Yes, Paul Atkins. Yeah. And 88, $15. All right. Where's my 88? I didn't even put it on there. Oh, I forgot it. Guys, there's so many gosh dang cryptos. It's like, what the heck? I love that one. I hate that one. I've never even heard of that one. Of course you didn't. There's 9 trillion of them. Hold on. 88. ADA, thank you, Mr. Mario. My Italian bro says $15 for ADA. And by the way, ADA, of course, as you know, is Charles Hoskinson, one of the 8 creators of founders of Ethereum. Then went and said, you know what? I'm not really, I think we can do better, kind of thing. And he did. Boy, did he. Actually, Chucky Boy is a pretty cool dude from what I am seeing, and that's why you get Chucky Boy from me. Not because I'm making fun, because I like you. I think you're cool. So Chucky has a ranch out in Colorado as well, and enjoys doing the bison thing. He's got a bison farm, and hop on his channel, check him out. He's really interesting. It's interesting to see the man, right, of a crypto project actually go on to YouTube live, which he does, or he did at least for the longest time. I haven't seen him in a while. And he just goes on and just runs his program, not like this knucklehead, but somebody who's actually a master. doing this stuff. Pretty cool that he does that. Anyway, he's got one in Wyoming, I think, as well, a ranch in Wyoming. But yeah, he is a pretty interesting character, Mr. Charles Hoskinson. And by the way, not Hodgkinson, not all this, guys. Please get the guy's name right. I'm not. It does aggravate a little bit. It's Hoskinson. Okay, it's Hoskinson. All respect, Chuck. All right, so Chucky baby, since I like you, your Cardano coin, your token. So check out the Cardano project if you have not. That is ADA is the coin that runs on that chain. And Mr. Mario is saying that's going to $15. Anybody have any other suggestions? Just shout out the answers whenever you know them. Just shout them out. Shout them out whenever you know them. What's my opinion on Shiba Inu? I don't know. Full transparency, I have so much of it, I'm about to puke. You know what I mean? Wow. I don't think I should have said that live, but I don't care. I have so much Shiba Inu. I'm like, wait a minute. I pee Shiba Inu. But yeah, I don't know. Who the heck knows? The world jumps onto Shiba Inu. I'm going to be a happy dude. So anyway, that's how I feel about Shiba. Let me just say this. I think Shiba by EOY will be at, boy, wouldn't that be crazy if Shiba hit that'd be wacky. That'd be wackier than me if Shiba hit 1 cent. Oh boy. XRP $100 by end of year is Lizard King's prediction. And by the way, Lizard King, shout out, man, because you were in the comments before and you know what you're talking about. And so, that's interesting. $100, could that really happen? It could happen, especially in the nascent stages of thin liquidity, swimming in a pool of thin liquidity. Swimming in a swimming pool of thin liquidity. Is that how I want to say that? Yeah. By the way, we do have a book coming out, guys, a crypto book, so please pay attention to that. And please pay attention to our episode coming up this Monday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time here in Colorado. And we are going to be interviewing Jim Bazzani live. That's Jim Bazzani from Caleb and Brown. If you guys have not checked Caleb and Brown, full transparency, it helps us, but it's totally safe. Tap our link down below. By the way, don't forget to tap that like and subscribe button, guys, because that's what helps us on the channel. If you feel like you're getting any value, I don't know really what value I've provided today. I'm being honest. I like to be honest. Didn't really provide a whole, I feel like it's value, information, entertainment, perhaps a couple things you may not have known before or understood about crypto, or understood, for instance, like they've dumped $28 billion a day, and they continue to injecting into the market, into our M2 money supply. Because, we have our M0, M1, M2, M3 money, and we've covered an episode on that, but we'll do it again. I'm trying to give you some kind of value because there's a lot of newcomers who actually don't know this stuff, guys, believe it or not. So it's like, if you're hearing it for, over and over again, things like Bank of International Settlements. I've heard of the BIS. What is that thing? Bank of International Settlements being the central bank of all the central banks. So like we have the Fed here in the U.S., you got the Bank of England and so forth and all these other countries. And that's what's the Bank of Egypt, blah, 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 Central Bank of Egypt, which, by the way, isn't Ripple working with? Yes, thank you. So they laid down basically the marching orders for all the central banks, and then the Fed, like here, then lays down the marching orders for all the banks in the U.S. So that's kind of like how it works. We can get an M0, M1, M2, and M3 money, but it is enough to know right now, we're not going to do that, but we can know for right now that all that liquid money, M2, which includes M0 and M1, so kind of like checking deposits. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you kind of don't need to because it's easy enough because they're an aggregate of all the rest of them. So it's kind of easy to actually just explain it. So M2 money is all the liquid, like fluid, like cash that's in the system. Money market accounts, I believe, that are under 100 million. Large money market accounts, institutional. Also, travelers' checks, checking accounts, and so forth. All that money, stimmy checks that get, boom, all that money is all that M2 money. Now, when M2 money goes up, which is what's happening right now, inflation hits us at the grocery store and so forth. But real estate starts to crank, and that means that, of course, interest rates have been dropped, right? So it's so you can borrow money large. This is why why does that matter? If interest rates drop, then why does everything get all juicy, and why is there so much money flowing around? Because it's cheap to borrow money. So monster. I'm not talking about you and me with our petty little, you know what I mean? I'm talking about large institutional players are now borrowing money on massive scale because the interest rates are so low, which, by the way, we do the same thing. I needed to provide value. I got to run through this with you guys because crypto is not just crypto. We have to also understand what's happening in the broader macro markets on the planet, right? We do. If we don't, at least to some degree, we're not going to be able to know that we're choosing proper cryptos and oh boy, we're not going to be able to invest well. Never financial advice on the channel because I'm not a financial advisor. So your RIA, your registered investment advisor that likes to come down and sit at your kitchen table and sell you exchange traded products, ETPs, like ETFs, exchange traded funds and things like this. By the way, if you're ever going to mess with an exchange traded fund, I'll give you not financial advice. I'll give you something that I do. We have to be very careful. I'm not a financial advisor. Is always choose the spot. The spot means you're holding the actual thing. The futures ETF means you're holding a coupon on future price, which is not too wise. So anyway, whenever if you, oh, you know what? I don't want to buy XRP, mess with these exchanges and so forth. I just want to get it and just want to get in and have exposure to it. I'm going to have my registered investment advisor who sits down at my kitchen table, Tommy Two Shoes. Wouldn't that be interesting if it was anything different from that, right? Tommy Two Shoes. That was really stupid. I'm going to get it. My wife, after truth be known in the community, my wife, you don't have to do it. Say anything in the comments negative when I'm being an idiot because my wife slam dunks me when I get off the air. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That was horrible. And then I have to watch it again. This could be a tough thing, this YouTube live thing. DTCC, oh yeah, depository trade and something corporation. What's the DTCC? Help me. This is what I mean about Lizard King. But by the way, they settle all the trillions of dollars. It's like over a quadrillion to 1.4 quadrillion or something a year that the DTCC settles. One of the largest entities that you've never heard of. And I'm not well versed on, so please help me. Help me because I'm going to go ahead and AI it. You know, you've heard that woman say, what's her name? Shakara, whatever her name is, from the DTCC. Remember that little clip where she's like, Bitcoin is the biggest distraction from the largest disruption coming to the entire kind of like financial industry, the banking industry that y'all don't see. And we're talking about XRP. Not supposed to say anything when I rhyme. My wife whooped my butt yesterday. Yeah, I got it for the rhyming. Now look it, my wife also said, be careful because people are watching you and they think I am a tyrant. No, my wife is awesome. My wife is the best you're ever going to find now. Now, isn't she? And I'm not just saying that. Now, am I? Would I really just do that? No, I wouldn't. All right. I use Caleb Brown as well, says Karita, and loves him. And why wouldn't you? And it's not financial advice. Guys, Caleb Brown, guys, here's what's going to happen. Oh my God, I don't want to tweak out on the show, but I feel like we need a nice little tweak out from Tank every time on the show. Andrew, thanks for subscribing. That's cool. Thank you. Caleb and Brown, my opinion is Depository Trust Clearing Company. Thank you. Karina. Bam, in the comments. See how my peeps know what's happening in this crypto space? Yeah, they clear the money. Basically kind of all our money here. Pretty much. Pretty sure that's right. Because who else is doing it besides DTCC? Depository Trust Clearing Company. Corporation, not company. Yeah, corporation. That's right. Corporation. Yep. What a little mind twister. This stuff is difficult, like legalese, so that the regular person cannot understand this stuff. Now look at finances. Now I'm going to talk to you. No, the CEO is going to talk to you. Hang on. Now look. Now listen. Now look. If you have to preface everything. If you're a CEO, you got CEO level management, you got to preface everything with, now look, now listen. Now consider this. All right, here's the deal. When it comes to the DTCC and them settling all this money, pretty sure it's going on chain and a lot going on the XRPL. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, who knows what's going on with crypto. Karina and also Lizard King. Tell me about it. And by the way, DTCC makes us rich, says Lizard King. And I think that's what you mean, but somebody tell me if that's what you'd be talking about. By the way, in the comments section, where are the rest of our predictions? Here we go, because some people are just joining us here. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Here are our end-of-year predictions that we have some up on the board for some of these. XRP, XLM, XDC, the 3 X's. HBAR, not, of course, blockchain technology, but running on Hashgraph technology. Hedera Hashgraph, which also handles payments and micropayments and so forth. And check our episodes on HBAR, because, boy, not financial advice, but that's a crusher. You're looking at probably, I'm going to say at least $200, $300, $500 per coin for an HBAR coming up in 2-3 years. Holy Christmas sakes. Look at the price of HBAR now being at what, 20, where is she? 27 cents or something. By the way, HBAR created by Lehman Baird, Navy professor, actually not far in Colorado, some hours where I live, over at NORAD. Taught over there for a while, and also Mance Harmon. So the founders, Mance Harmon and Lehman Baird, all two freaking geniuses in this planet, that created HBAR. And boy, is that a future crusher in the crypto space. Not financial advisor. Who cares? I can be Moon Boy because I'm financial advisor. Not. You know what I mean? I am financial advisor nowhere. I am not financial advisor. I don't even advise myself financially. What I do is say I'm a researcher. So all I am is a researcher and an educator on this channel, not an advisor of finance. I could never do that. I have a hard enough time doing it literally for myself. So I could never advise. I could tell you where my knowledge takes me as a contractor turned financial acumen, so to speak, over these past 6 years. And I can tell you that I'm a humble dude. I'm a clear thinker, though. I can see the truth. I could see the truth of it. These are going from where they've been. Hold on one sec now, chow. These are going from where they've been. Let's just look at one of them. Oh, boy. Let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at, somebody asked me about, here, let's do this. Somebody asked me about, hold on. Here, let's do this. Fastest way to do. Hold on, though. Oh, let's do this. Oh, that's not even it. It's actually Shiba Inu, right? Is it not? When we do this? Here, let's see. It is. It's actually Shiba Inu, right? To be able to find it. Now look we're looking at a decimal point with 4 zeros and a 1. So let's try this on for size. If I wanted to, or let's say I did, never financial advice on the channel. Let's say I wanted to take 20 grand. Not saying I did this. Let's say I wanted to take 20 grand and buy Shiba at around this kind of price, this range, right? It's hard to see. That's 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. So it's 1.666 mil. Don't get creeped out. 666. I thought this was about crypto, which is the building block of all life, all that is man, all that is earthly on this planet. Carbon, 666, the number of the earthly thing. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Yeah, that's weird and creepy. All right. But anyway, 1.6 mil off of 20K dropped in, not financial advice. I'm sorry. Hang on. We didn't finish. 1.6 mil. So it's this here. I'm going to do it like this. Hold on. Don't worry, guys. I know I'm confusing you, but I'm going to clear it up right now because it's easier to do it this way, because when I do it on the computer, I cannot see decimals. It's ridiculously difficult to read. So let's do it this way, and I'll show you my calculator. So if I decided to take $20,000 and put it into Shiba Inu, even at this price right now, right right? I would get 1.5 bill times, I don't know. Let's see. Do we all think that Shiba Inu can make it past its all-time high and do just a little bit better? I think it can. I think the world jumps into crypto and everybody loves the meme thing. Excuse me, everybody loves the Doge thing, everybody loves people love to see a horse and be like, hey, I'm going to do, I have to be careful what I say with the algorithm. But yeah, people love this kind of stuff. There are people who go over to the casino and they love that. It's part of their life. That's fine. Here you go. Now, if we can get to a penny on Shiba, that's $15.5 million on 20K. That's if it can do that and go to a penny. I don't know if it can. Know what I mean? Might not. Who cares? Even half that. Even a third of that. Never financial advice on the channel. I hope we're paying attention to crypto. I know you folks in the comments, most of you have been into crypto for a long time, so please don't bash me too horribly in the community here because I reiterate and I repeat things that we all know that have been doing this for these years. There's so many new people and guys that don't know a lot about crypto. I'm trying to be the crypto educating channel, but at the same time, let's be careful. I don't want to lose my more advanced crypto folk, and I don't think we will. By the way, guys, don't forget our long form videos with our bloopers at the end, because I think a lot of people miss the bloopers at the end of our video. And I think to show you what I mean, it's important to do this. Here you go. I think it's important. Alex Becker, hilarious. Guy's hilarious. This dude's hilarious. I saw in his video once, he was not kidding either. I swear, I don't think he was kidding. He goes, no, look at, I got all these people crying about how they lose their money in crypto. He's like, no, look at, what you do is next time, what you do is when you die, you ask God to say, look, can you make me better looking and smarter, more like Alex Becker next time around so that I don't mess up in crypto and I'm really good looking. And I swear to God, he said that and he was not kidding. So Alex Becker, yeah, you're an attractive young man, but you're kind of a weird ego-y. I saw a weird ego-y thing, and I will not watch that dude unless I'm wrong. He may have changed his tune. Good old Alex Becker. Hilarious dude. He literally said that, and he wasn't kidding. I swear he wasn't kidding. My wife and I were like, this guy? Are you serious? Yeah, we're good with watching that dude. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, the videos, guys, for instance, because if we don't do it, because we don't get a lot of, some of the views, we're cranking at some of these videos, 1.7 views, not bad, K views, but we're new, we just started. We do show you how to set up the ledger, though, and think that's cool, right? So, you got to check, well, you guys have seen the videos, but the bloopers, have you seen? Versus I think you have.
An exchange such as Uphold or Coinbase or some of the others. They operate differently. We're going to discover the differences coming up here in this interview.
My apologies. Let me run that because that's important. Coming right up.
Please don't forget.
What just happened to my sound? All right, that's really dumb. I just lost my sound. I don't know what happened. But anyway, guys, check our bloopers at the end. I feel it's really important. And when it comes to cryptocurrency, remember that I am not a financial advisor, and investing in cryptocurrency is very dangerous and volatile. That's why I only recommend for myself that, and I could never recommend anything for you. What I recommend for myself is that I pay attention to patience levels that I'm having, making sure I'm being calm, clear, cool, collected, not all ramped up on coffee every day. Guys, I know we love the coffee and I do it sometimes, but please, my recommendation to myself always is don't trade a lot and invest while I'm doing coffee, because I do it sometimes. I don't do it every day like I used to, but boy, coffee and trading, And I know there's a lot of studies on this, by the way, that coffee saves that coffee is the thing. There's a lot of studies that have pushed the societies forward because of caffeine. And I get that. Everything used, and I agree with that, everything used in moderation. But guys, coffee, I want to be careful when I go to sit down to do anything with finance when it comes to having a coffee, because the mind is different. It is a drug. Be careful. Anyway. Not a financial advisor. It's not coffee, by the way. It's mushroom tea. Not a financial advisor. You could lose your shirt in crypto. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do on this channel, because I'm not a financial advisor. In order to get advice like that, you'd have to talk to your registered investment advisor, your RIA. So please do that before doing anything with crypto. It is very dangerous. You could lose your shirt. Please tap the like and subscribe. And by the way, to Karina, Gregson, a number of other folks joining us on the live this morning. I've got to jump off because we've got to shoot our long form videos. That takes us some hours, so I've got to do that now. A lot of work on the channel, by the way, and it's the funnest work, funnest work I have ever done, I think, in my life, besides my relationship with, of course, my wife and some close family members and my daughters that I've enjoyed in the past. And yeah, you know, I can't say I'm doing anything funner on this planet. I gotta tell you, crypto is my thing. And boy, am I so excited, and so excited that you folks are joining us in here on Crypto Info. Blockchain Made Easy with the Knucklehead Tanker. Thanks to the rest of you this morning. Karina, Not Today, Club 2, Beastie, Luke, welcome back in, and thank you. Mario, my Italian bro, thanks for coming back in this morning. Lizard King. All wise ones in the crypto space. Lizard King busting out some crypto knowledge. Thank you so much, sir, for coming in. And also Karina surprising me this morning. Thank you. Check your face 45. Thanks for coming in this morning. And by the way, let me wrap up these comments and then we are going to jump off. Did anybody give any other predictions here? What is your opinion on Shiba Inu? Gave it to you. XRP, okay. Yep. Let me bust through these. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. Ondo and Stronghold and SHX have ridiculous ROI. Yes, they certainly do. I miss those two. God, I want to get off. I got to get off this. I've got to stop here. The thing with the live is I can stand forever. And my handle is like, dude, control your stream. You're at the helm. You're the Captain Kirk now. You've got to manage because you got that like crazy Captain Kirk chair now. Okay. Just gave up coffee. Heck yeah. Karina, it's hard as heck, isn't it? I was 18 all through college too. I did coffee. Yeah, look up Ondo. Yes, Mario is on point with Ondo. That's an important one. Got myself a little Ondo. Anyway, guys, a potential path to settle, introduce XRP, Ondo to $50. All right, cool. Ondo to $50. And then I got to end the stream, guys. And this is because posterity's sake, because folks are going to watch this after, so I know we're ending, but I'm going to still get Ondo up because I feel like that's crucial. Let's not forget Ondo tokenizing gold on the XRP ledger, amongst other things, going to $50, says Mario, by the end of the year. Sorry, it's supposed to be red. Wow. Guys, if these numbers happen in crypto, not financial advice, Frank the Crypto Tank is going to improve the studio. And we're going to go all TMZ on you. Sorry, I'm not supposed to do that. My wife yells at me for doing that weird werewolf howl thing. And boy, it is rather annoying. I bet it's loud on the microphone too. I'll work to not do that. Sorry. Try not to do that, guys. Yeah. We're going to increase operations, and you're all invited. So this is going to be fun, guys. Please be careful with all your crypto. It can get stolen. Yes, I love Weeble to answer. I think it was Karina in the comments. But be careful because people be out trying to grab your crypto. Now, we're going to be back in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., which is Sunday. I hope you're up that early. And you guys, I know you know that I love you guys, because anybody who's going to come into this channel and listen to this little knucklehead talk about crypto for so long is pretty freaking awesome. So I mean that. I love you guys. You're awesome. You're my peeps. I'm nothing without my community and the people who are watching our channel. Thank you so much. And hats off to you, by the way, for learning and understanding crypto and jumping into this whole thing early. AI's up next for me. I feel like after the run, I'm going to do AI and get got some fetch and some other things, but I don't want to miss AI either, right? Because that's the next one jumping on, coming up. But have a great day today. Enjoy it. Keep a smile on your faces. Have an awesome Saturday. And I'll see you back in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Don't forget to tap like and subscribe and have an awesome one.